What's up, Pirates? Ray Talks here with Awaken TCG, and today, as you can see by what we have on the screen and by what the title is, today we're going to be going over some OP06 data points for the meta in the East and kind of give an overview of what's happening and talk about how good the deck distribution is. Like, there's so many decks that are meta and so many decks you can win with. I'm feeling like this is the best set we've seen so far in terms of deck distribution for sure. So obviously these graphics I'm going to get from OP Hirata. So if you guys want to go ahead and give him a follow, I'm going to go ahead and do the same. I'm always using his graphics. Let me go ahead and follow him right there. I didn't notice I wasn't followed. Anyways, we're going to start with 2 weeks ago. The date is 12/23, 12/24. So this is the deck distribution for winning lists at flagships. So as you can see here, we have Moria at 5, which was the most this day, followed up by 4 random leaders. We have 4 Sakazuki, 4 Katakuri. So we still have the Sakazuki, the yellow here, 2 Yamato, 2 Newgate, 2 Enel, 1 Perona, 1 Zoro, 1 Nami. So here, let's see what it says. Nothing crazy. But this was the first day. This was, I think, a Saturday. And then let's go ahead and look at the Sunday stats. See how it differs. So this is literally the next day. We have Yamato going from 2 deck wins to 5. We still have yellow here pretty up there. This is now a total of 8 yellow decks besides the Yamato. So we have 4 Enel, 4 Katakuri, 4 Moria. So the Moria is still up there, right? 5 Moria to 4. Moria is very consistent and probably the best deck. I would say the most consistent in my opinion. Then we have Sakazuki going from 4 to 1. Which is kind of a big drop off, and then we have 3 Peronas instead of 1. So definitely a difference. So let's count and see how much decks actually won this weekend. So we have Enel, Katakuri, Yamato, Moria, Perona, Sakazuki. That's 6, and then we have Newgate, Nami, Zoro. That's a total of 9 on this list that had like a bulk amount of wins, not just one, other than the Zoro and the Nami. Yeah. And then obviously these random leaders here are different, but like you guys can see the contrast in just one day, right? So it's like at the moment, whoever can get a hot streak going is definitely going to take it. So there's a lot of good decks that actually are doing amazing. They're doing amazing. And then we can see here, it says, what will the environment be like in 2024? Sakazuki returning to the top of the environmental rankings. Color intensity. Black trumps all, of course, with the 8 cost Gecko Moria just being way too relevant. Then yellow, then green, then red, then blue, then purple being the last color. So here we have the next weekend. This was last week. We have 11 Sakazukis, 6 Moria, 6 Enel, 10 Katakuri. So Katakuri, having a good showing for this weekend. 2 Reiju, 2 Yamato, and then 1 spread around. Is that a green Uta? That is a green Uta. A Perona, Zoro, Newgate, and a Law. So the one thing you guys can see here is that it's just way too good to run a cost Moria in black decks, right? Sakazuki, Moria, Perona, stuff like that. And then yellow, with the introduction of some of these other good support cards, like you can tell that it's helping. Like, look at this: 10 Katakuri, 6 Enel. That's literally just as much as the Sakazuki and the Moria as far as winning deck list distributions and flagships. So this was the very last week that happened. But as you guys can see, it really is a good deck distribution. Like, there's so many decks that you can actually win with. Not like before where you like anything under tier 3 you can't win with. Everything in tier 2 was rarely won with. And then now we see that's not the case. Now we see just a bunch of good decks. I'm not sure how the tier lists are looking, but it's probably like Moria or Saka at the top, and then into the real tier 1, because some of these decks are still way too good, and I would put in a higher tier than tier 1, like tier 0.5, 0.75, just because they have that slight edge. It's not nothing crazy. It's not tier 0. Like, don't get me wrong, and don't confused with what I'm saying for what it's not. I'm not calling none of these decks tier 0. Like, I'm saying this is a balanced meta, in my opinion. I think it's a balanced meta. Are the colors balanced? Not at all. But there's enough leaders of the same certain colors that allow there to be a good amount of variety, in my opinion, right? So let's go ahead and look at the last graphic, and then maybe we'll take a look at some deck lists. So So for this was, let me see, let me get the date. Um, December flag. Oh, this is the total. So this is the total of all of December. Actually, I'm gonna grab another graphic after this, which is the first week of January. I think he has that up as well. But this is the total deck distribution. Katakuri just outpacing Anel like crazy. Let's be honest here. Katakuri is outpacing Anel. Gecko Moria is just being way more consistent than even Sakazuki, as we can see here. Over 30 or about 30 decks. 30 more wins, which is kind of insane to think about. Sakazuki, having some of those good blue cards to take advantage of, and Moria being mono black and still just, being the most dominant deck is very interesting, but not by much. Like Katakuri is right there with it, right? So, and then we have Anel at 34, Reiju 27, Yamato at 23, and then it falls off, right? Newgate at 15, 13 on Perona, 8 on Purple Luffy, which sucks to see. Anybody that's playing it right now for OP05, it does fall off a bit. So keep that in mind when you're going into next set. We have 6 Zoro, 4 Green Uta, and then we have sprinkled in RP Law, Black Yellow Luffy, 1 Nami, a Sabo, and a RP Luffy. So this shows you right away, like besides the Luffy that recently just released and it's new and it's barely being figured out and tested and stuff like that, the biggest winners are the black colors and the yellow colors. So like here we have Yamato as a dual color yellow doing 23 wins, and then we have mono yellow 34, mono yellow 71. Now we have mono black 84, which is insane. We have a dual black leader 57, and then Perona with another dual black leader going for 13 wins. So there is a pattern definitely where you can see where these colors are just outpacing, right? They're just too good. It'll change with set. It used to be red, and then black needed help, and now it's black, and then yellow's getting more support. Now yellow's on the come up. It's just it changes, and it's going to continue to change. It's an evolving meta. At the end of the day, we're playing a card game. Nothing's ever going to stay the same forever. So just enjoy your favorite color while it's on top, while it lasts, right? So I'm a green color main. My time to shine was set 4.5, but I never was able to crack the the mirror match into other green decks until it was too late, right? The key for that was a cost kit. So I got my 1 win on the green before the red decks were banned, and then it was over for me. But I will say there is a lot of decks winning, and it's healthy to see. I like it. Let's go ahead and take a look at that last graphic I was going to talk about, which was this week's. Or maybe this was the graph. Hold on. What day is this? I just looked at that. Okay, so never mind. That was gonna be the last graph. Let's go ahead and look at some deck lists here. I think he reposted some deck list. Okay, so here's a Perona. What is this? Okay, so this is a runner-up. This is a second place Perona deck list, and you guys can kind of see what they're running here. So this is kind of like what I got inspiration when I was making my Rosinante list. So they have the 4 Baby 5 Searchers, 2 Tashigi, 2 Kuzan, a Sabo, 3 Virgo, 4 Suru, 3 Borsellino, 1 Perona, a 4th Virgo, 2 Brook, 1 Acos Kid, 4 of these Rosinante physical KO blockers. They do not protect the bottom decks, but they do protect KOs. A second Perona, 3 I forgot, it's like a Zoro card. I forgot what the name was on this card. We have 4 Morias. You have to run the 4 Morias, like I'm saying. If the leader includes the black color, you have to run Gecko Moria. This A cost right here is just too broken. All these decks revolve around this card, and it's what the meta is right now. Like if you want to play a deck that is really consistent, Gecko Moria, Sakazuki. Why? Because of this card here. We have some, I think this 2-cost dog here discards. We do have a 4th of this one. I don't know why he's separating them like that. 3 more Sabo, so he does have the 4 Sabo. 4 10-cost Dofi. That's why I do want to test this deck out, just because I can run the 4 Dofi, and this is one of my favorite cards. We have 2 of the 1-drop events, and then obviously his pricing here. So that is that deck list. And then we have one more to show. This is a Gecko Moria. So this is a mono black leader. This is actually my first time seeing a Moria list. I haven't tested 06 or really looked at any 06 decks because I'm really focusing on 05. And so that time will come later. But let's go ahead and look at some of these deck lists here. I think this one drop might be a searcher. I'm not too sure. We have a Suru, a brand new. That is a Helmet Bow, if I'm not mistaken, in the back there. I'm not sure what this one drop event is. Maybe it's like a... Oh, that's an Ice Age. That might be an alt art for an Ice Age. I see a -5 there. So that's probably Ice Age, which that art looks amazing. I wonder where that's from. We have 2 Tashigi, 4 Borsalino, 4 Perona. I'm not sure. I can't see back there. 2 Rebecca's. You know, some of these new 06 cards here that I'm not too familiar with. We have 2 Luchis, 2 Kuzans, 4 Borsalinos. Of course, the 4 Gecko Moria. You have to run the 4 Gecko Moria. And then 4 Great Eruption. So, just the combo of being able to Gecko Moria into Rebecca into this into that, or Gecko Moria into this into this, and then you just, you know, it's just a never-ending cycle when it comes to board development. And then decks like this have ways for removal like crazy, right? So this is a winner Gecko Moria list. Yes, this is the winner. And yeah, it's just this leader is probably the most consistent while not being unbeatable, right? It definitely has its counters, and in the place in the meta, it just has, in my opinion, the best overall matchup spread, which makes it the most consistent, which makes it the best deck in my opinion. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed some of that commentary of this OP06 meta. I'm definitely going to start doing a little bit more research on it. About 3 weeks ish until Nats, 3.5 weeks until Nats, and after that it's all OP06 and maybe a little Dragon Ball. We'll see. We're definitely gonna do a Q&A and update you guys on all the questions you guys have been asking. But I appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're dropping daily videos, guys. Daily. You guys can always count on us. Sometimes it may be a little bit late, but you can count on a video being dropped. And with that being said, like this video, comment down below what deck you're going to play in OP06. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.